I'll be giving you your readings right up until the beginning of May of 2026. Yeah, you know the drill. Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders whenever you feel like it. Whenever you feel it. Right? Anywho, I've already called in everybody's angels, ancestors. The whole spirit team is in the house with me right now. Please just know it. What is in the cards for you? New beginnings. Don't mind the burn marks, please. It's happened a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, this really fun new beginning or something. There was fire and water on that card, so maybe you're emerging from something, right? Originality, blaze your own trail. Somebody is. Blaze your own trail. Be comfortable in your own skin, right? It's okay to be original. I always was. You know, I always blaze my own trail. Peacock, raise your standards. Raising your standards. You deserve better or more. Somebody needs to raise. Yeah, there's a castle in the background, but peacock, strutting like a peacock. Letting go, learning to let go. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Begin this new beginning. Blaze your own trail. I feel like a lot of you could be single or on your own. A lot of independent energies I'm feeling. So the hope, fear, challenge, and homework is releasing. So right away, my advice would be when you release, do it with intent. You know, okay, I can do this. I can blaze my own trail, right? It's like finding that oomph, that inspirative spark. Thank you. I was kind of at a loss for words there, trying to find the right word. Show me. The dragon. Discover your courage. Believe you can fly, right? Yeah, there's a saying, what if I fall? Oh, but darling, what if you fly? Right? That could be very significant to somebody here as you're learning to let go of something you really cared about, whatever that is. Oh, I have this one first. Well, it doesn't matter, I guess, but hi everybody. Hi, green eyes. Whoops. Wishful thinking. We have new beginnings here. Wishful thinking, second chances, nostalgia, deja vu. You know, the cool thing I learned about a dandelion, there's a saying, I think it's Nordic. I'm not real sure where the saying comes from. But anywho, the dandelion, when it's in full bloom, it represents the sun. When it turns white, right, it represents the moon. And when you blow on it and let the sylphs fly into the air, those are the stars. So manifest away, my friends, for your new beginnings. Wishful thinking. I like that. Established, settled, secure, wealthy. Was this a Ferrari in the background? Yeah, somebody's got some money tucked away or something. Wishful thinking, originality, being very independent. I feel again. Show me. Possibilities, follow your dreams, make up your mind, and believe in yourself. Absolutely. Be comfortable in your own skin. I don't care what color, race, or creed you are. Be comfortable, right? If you're not, then you may need to do some chakra aligning, right? You may need to work on that. These frequencies are important for us to hear, right? It's a proven fact. You can listen to it while you're sleeping even. I mean, it doesn't have all the same effects, but it does. Psychopath, oh boy. Abusive, conniving, unpredictable, letting go of someone that's crazy. Or maybe the psycho, I don't know. I don't like this. It just took a whole turn there. Some of you need to be vigilant. We're going to find out about that. Suffering in silence. Uh-oh. Real feelings, broken dreams, unspoken desires. Yeah, solid rooted. Letting it out, man. Discover your courage here. I feel like you have like a miracle coming. I like this. I feel like some of you have some miracles coming. And then we have psychopath over there. So, you know, getting away from it. Oh, anywho, a few more here. Endings, new beginnings, right? Because we can't have an ending without a beginning, because all of a sudden it is a new beginning with that ending, right? So you're pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. Okay. And then we have wishful thinking, nostalgia, second chance. So this is in your past to present. So I feel like a lot of you, again, went through something that was really, you know, heartbreaking or difficult. Controlling, needs to be right all the time, possessive, jealous lover. This is in your present. Blaze your own trail. You're settled and secure. You know, maybe some of you do have some controlling issues we need to kind of release, but I'm ultimately finding that to more or less be the psychopath, you know, devilish. Wow, it really did take a turn here. You're good. I think your North Noders are, but boy, you guys are surrounded. Trouble follows them around, tempting, addictive charm. Devilish. This is the hope, fear, challenge, and homework with the psychopath. They charm you, maybe they gift you or love bomb you. I'm not sure. Letting go of that, though, however. All right, one more. Or actually, I needed two more. Thank you. It's funny, they know. Demanding. Yeah, controlling, demanding, psychopath. Unrealistic expectations. High maintenance. Somebody's a diva. And there's a lot of guys in this world that can be divas, too. Especially today. Right in the open. But anywho, the psychopath here, conniving, right? Abusing or abusive, but they could be abusing situations, demanding things their own way. That's not how to do things, right? The universe matches energy. So if they're in this hard, demanding, controlling vibe, they're going to get more of that hard control, you know? It's that cycle. Tangled, unable to free yourself from a sticky situation. Taking a step back helps to see things clearly. Yeah. Suffering in silence, tangled situation. Tangled, there's at least 3. Could be more, depending on all yous. Okay. I get a bunch like that. I take the one on the bottom. Swamp. Wow, this is a really South Node vibe. I mean, whatever that swamp is, the endings, the beginnings, wishful thinking, right? Letting go of the swamp, swampy energy, messy energy, dark, conniving, blackmail. Jesus, Libra, what the heck are you dealing with now? This is in your present. Somebody's thinking of blackmailing somebody and controlling a situation. However, I do see a very settled, secure, wealthy energy that's just being original and blazing their own trail. So I feel like this is like all around you. Are you, is there blackmail? Like, if you don't do this, then I'm gonna, you know, like, take your medicine. Devilish behavior. Peacock, strut your feathers, go forward. This psychopath is demanding, controlling, whatever. Take your medicine. Here's a band-aid. You know? Maybe they need to reflect, even though psychopaths never really will. But that's part of the disorder, right? The personality disorder. Somebody just needs to take their medicine, man. Too bad, so sad. There's a lot of possibilities. You're thinking ahead here, you know? Is this person trying to keep you stuck or something? I wonder. Show me. On the bottom. Has to blame somebody. Yeah, psychopaths. They won't take accountability or responsibility, right? This is the hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Blaze your own trail, right? You're trying to let go. All right. Yeah, a lot of people in this world have they'll do something, and whatever that something is, they'll say, "No, I didn't," and they did it. So it's like, "Yes, you did," kind of thing. So they don't. It's part of the disorder. Truce or peace, right? Discover your courage. You're in a situation, you're suffering in silence, you have to let it out. You need to make me time. Maybe you need to make some boundaries. Listen, I need peace and flipping quiet. I need truce and peace. Get away from me. I don't know how it's going to resonate with you, but whatever that vibe is, right? I'm going to use my new deck. It's my Empath Soul deck. I love this deck. It's my new one. My new favorite one. I'll probably be using this often. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. Anywho, starting off, King of Pentacles down. Okay. Swamp, King of Pentacles down. I have 9 of Pentacles down. 8 of Swords. Yeah, the swamp, the one that's stuck, won't change. Very greedy, right? The psychopath. I don't like psychopath. Maybe some of you aren't dealing with a psychopath. Maybe they're just a narcissist. But some of you are dealing, you'll know, or maybe you'll look into it. Look into it. Be vigilant. Do your research, right? Anywho, this person is stubborn and greedy, like a miser, you know, or something, right? This is about being without in a big way, or something that was done in such a big way that it was like possibly abusive, right? I do readings for people on Monday nights at 6-ish. And somebody's trying to blackmail or is blackmailing a situation here. Somebody's trying to control it, right? You could be on your own and they're very against you or denying you or something. But whatever that is, you know, you feel trapped. It's a tangled situation. Oh, the web that was woven. Yeah, somebody needs to take their medicine. It's crowning, right? This devilish behavior. Follow your dreams, make up your mind, and believe in yourself. Yeah, believe your own trail, man. A lot of you do. Maybe some of you have some self-esteem things that we need to, and that again is part of meditating, because that will actually cure jealousy, insecurity. It helps your self-worth, right? And then you work your way up. And they don't tell you that, you know, oh, I used to be so bad that I feel bad for my ex-boyfriends because they weren't even allowed to look left or right. I was so insecure. It was terrible. I feel bad for him now that I look back, you know, but it's part of, you know, I've come a long way. Anywho, King of Swords has to blame somebody here. Demanding psychopath. Yeah. Uh-huh. I feel like this is ruthless kind of tyrant energy even for some of you. And you just want truce or peace. Wow. Tell them to get the heck out. You know, if you own the place, there's the door. I need a week. Or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. You're going through it. You're trying to heal. It's painful. It's about rock bottom. Very hurtful. Truce or peace after all the heartbreak. Things are over. You're trying to move on, but you're suffering in silence. You need to let something out, Libra. I need a bunch, please, universe, spirit, everybody else up there. I need a bunch. Oops, there goes one. Strength. Being resilient, wishful thinking. Being the optimist, right? Deja vu and nostalgia, being strong through this swamp, you know, being resilient, you know, working through these energies. And then you have this crazy ass psychopath, abusive, whatever, you know, making it hard on you or something. Not sure. Two of Wands down, Nine of Pentacles down. Yeah, blackmail. Something in the past, they're blackmailing some choice or decision that you made. They want to blackmail you. Hanged Man, dead center in the reading. It's about sacrifice. Sacrificing a situation or something. Three of Wands, Four of Swords down. Two of Wands, blackmail. That's the, you know, choices and decisions that were made or things that were done, whatever, like that. And that's the blackmail that they're you know, I'm not sure how it's going to resonate with everyone. So Hanged Man, dead center in the reading. That's the sacrifice card, right? Hanging on for dear life. Somebody needs to take their medicine. But I feel like you're coming into an awful lot of information maybe, or some sort of knowledge, something, you know, and you feel trapped. You're learning about this situation, you know. You're trying to move forward. King of Swords right over this. Trying to, you know, rain on your parade. You know, is this a happiness hater? You know, sounds like a them problem, yeah? The psychopath. How unhealed they are, how out of balance, reckless. Just somebody may have like they don't know how to stay still, you know, that the ADD or ADHD or what that could be. But ultimately, if it's not, I do feel it, either way it's painful. It sucks to see. It sucks to be in that situation. And, you know, I wish you all healing. I'll say that loud and clear. So I'm sorry that you're going through this, but, you know, being vigilant right now. Nine of Cups. Yeah. Wishing upon a star over the swamp. The endings and the beginnings. And I just feel like it's a whirlwind, you know. I like this. This is wishful thinking. Again, another 9. Yeah. Ace of Cups. Filling your own cup. Your wish fulfillment, Libra. Doing what you need to do, right? Making yourself happy and fulfilled, right? You're trying. I like it. But then there's this flipping blackmail card right there. Somebody needs to let go or say something or let it out, or maybe all of the above. I don't know. Kick, scream, shout, punch your pillow, you know. I'm not sure. Maybe you have sacrificed a lot and you're waiting for, you know, Seven of Wands. Oops, Seven of Swords down. Seven of Wands. Okay. Yeah, take your medicine. You're not dealing with the lies. You know, you're not dealing with it. You're ready to cut this person out or this energy out. And I like it. Cut them out. Absolutely. They're nuts. And if they're not a psychopath, at the very least, they're a narcissist in a very bad way. Yeah. Somebody's very demanding. You may need to demand it as well, maybe, right? Has to blame somebody. Put your defenses up. Maybe there's very defensive energies on the table. Somebody has to blame somebody, right? They don't want to take accountability or responsibility. And somebody's a diva, male or female. I feel like, you know, you're in this wealthy, secured kind of grounded energy. You know, this is like saying you have the power as well, I feel. You know, you have the power. Hope for your challenge and homework, but you do. Three of Wands is looking ahead. And moving through these energies, waiting on your harvest, right? You know what you want. Maybe you need to you know, lay the law down kind of thing with this energy. You know, listen. Judgment. Choose your peace. Suffering in silence. Somebody's in good judgment here, however. 2 tens is a lot of endings, a lot of beginnings. We went through that in the beginning. It's also like the awakening card, you know. Hi there. Hi, Sarah. You know, it's the awakening to all these things that we've sacrificed. We've come into a lot of knowledge through time about things, right? Somebody could be thieving or was, for some of you, you know, because that's a very, it could be in a lot of ways the emperor, yeah, taking control, right? You have the power. Yeah, definitely, but you're suffering in silence. You know, maybe this person, you know, the controlling, maybe they're like super controlling, like too much, unhealthy. But I feel it both ways. I do ultimately feel like taking control of it, speaking your mind or whatnot, you know. I'm going to switch decks here. Yeah, they need to take accountability, and that's the way it is. Somebody is very nostalgic around these times, in remembrance. They could be grieving, going through some heavy energies, right? Show me what I need to see. King of Cups. Swamp. King of Pentacles down is right next to it. So whoever is stubborn, greedy, arrogant, maybe, and then King of Cups, you like this person, you love this person, you love this arrogant person. I don't know how that's going to be, but there's Swamp right there. And Queen of Swords down. Blackmail. Somebody's bitter. Yeah, there's a lot of hostility, a lot of friction, a lot of whatever it was in the past. They're using the past as blackmail or something in the next couple weeks, few weeks maybe. We're all in different timelines, so some of you may be going through it now. Some people might not have yet. Being trapped though and entangled in this, you know. 7 of Coins down. Yeah, you may be thinking about things like, maybe this was a bad investment. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe they shouldn't have done this. I'm not sure. Somebody needs to take their medicine, however, right? This psychopath. Standing in your truth. you know, King of Swords, standing in your truth, king of his intellect, right? Trying to be fair and just. It is the way it is. That's very connected with the Judgment card and possibly the Hierophant card as well. It has to do with authority. It has to do with, but then on the other hand, this King of Swords has to blame somebody. They're the psychopath. So I see all those meanings in there. You can flip and flop or take all of it, all of the above, King of Swords. Okay, King of Swords is being clarified and validated with the King of Swords down. Somebody's a big fat liar, and you're standing in your truth. They need to blame somebody. My Libra collective can be very King of Swords, Justice, Hierophant type energy. Maybe you're sticking and being stubborn because they need to take their medicine. Page of Swords down, Ten of Swords. They never should have done this. It's it's painful, whatever it is. Very illogical way of going about things. And somebody is suffering in silence here. They need to let it out. They need peace and tranquility to be able to move on, slow down, right? Heal. Two of Wands with strength. I like it. Making plans. Yeah. Standing in your courage and being brave and resilient through this. I feel like this is a very heavy energy for some of you. Oops. Two of Coins. Two of Wands down. Two of Coins with Two of Wands. Two. Yeah. Feel like control issues, established, secure. Two of Wands. The bad choices and decisions of whatever is being used as blackmail or something of the kind. It needs balancing. You're trying to balance here. You're trying to neutralize. I just heard. Thank you, Spirit. Good word. Which is a very Libra thing too. Seeing both sides, being fair, right? But here it's like dealing with it, dealing with the salty bitterness and this blackmail vibe. Wow. Just getting deep. What the hell is this psychopath really up to? This diva. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. I think you do want them out of there. Whoever it is, deep down. Somebody needs to take their devilish behavior and take their medicine. It's dead center in the reading. There's a sacrifice. Your wish fulfillment is sacrificing this energy, maybe. What is this right here? The Peacock, raise your standards. You can do better, right? It's right over that. Raise your standards, Lisa. Lisa. I don't know where that came from, but now I'm totally off. Somebody's name might be Lisa out there. But yeah, the wish fulfillment, manifesting the possibilities, staying in, trying to, just because they have that energy doesn't mean we need to take it on ourselves. I'm not sure if I said that in this reading or the last, but it's been coming out an awful lot lately. Regardless, you're looking forward. You've already sowed your garden, right? You've already planted the seeds. Now you're waiting on them to bloom, so to speak, or come into harvest, right? Ace of Swords down. Two of Cups down. Yeah, you're looking forward. Somebody's a big fat liar. This King of Swords down, Ace of Swords down. Oh, yeah. They need to blame somebody? I don't think so. Nice try. Try again. You know, you're looking forward. That's what I feel. You don't really, you're not into this, right? You don't want this union or something anymore. They're very unhealed. You just want truce or peace. I feel like you've been suffering in silence for too long, and it's time to release naturally in your own bedroom or your own living room or your own, whatever that is. Enough is enough. Defend yourself, right? Somebody has the power here. Maybe you're laying the law down, this is my house or something. I don't know. 5 of Cups down. 9 of Cups. Trying to let go of the grief and the sorrow and the swamp. I do believe somebody out there is grieving. People could be in regrets too. That's not a good place if it is you. Making plans to be happy, 9 of Coins. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Ace of Cups. Yeah. Abundance. Filling your own cup in a big way, baby. Blackmail. Right over this. I don't know what that is. Maybe you're blackmailing them to get the heck out. I don't know. But yeah, there's somebody who's very wealthy here, and somebody really is not. And I feel like they've taken advantage way too far, or something. Something is changing. Like, you did care about this person once upon a time, but they're making it almost impossible now for you or something, Maybe you still do deep down, but you just can't handle it right now. I don't know what your situations, really are. Right? Queen of Cups, 7 of Swords down. Yeah. It's all about wish fulfillment. It's all about, making yourself happy here. You're very caring and nurturing, or you've been, but somebody needs to take their medicine from the shit that, I feel like the pile is high. It's deep, man. The shit's deep. The psychopath has really done something that, they have no defense here. So why are they demanding and blaming other people? It's I feel like it's an obvious, like, it's the Fool, 7 of Wands. Yeah, you have the power. This is taking a leap of faith forward, right? Because we know you're trying to get out of this. 7 of Wands is, you have the power, you have the advantage over this psychopath that is blaming somebody. They have to. They can't take responsibility for them damn selves. It's a disorder, right? Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. They're a big fat fucking liar. They probably don't know their ass from their elbows with all the lies that they've told. Who knows? Some of these people very well could be pathological liars and believe it. And then when they are asked the truth, they're all confused and they're the deer in headlights and no, take fucking responsibility. Too bad. Here's a Band-Aid. We have to take responsibility in our lives. Yeah. So why don't they? That, I feel like you're at your wit's end. There's judgment here. Truce or peace, the Hanged Man. There's a sacrifice. There's a sacrifice. You're coming in all the knowledge. Look at how it's all highlighted. All the blood's rushing to his head, and it's like glowing now. He's learned how this person is. Yeah, I think you're done with it. Judgment again. Ding, 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 ding. 4 10s and 2 cards. Yeah. Well, they're both looking in the same direction, too. And in front of me, oh no, they're not looking in the same direction. They're looking, well, it doesn't matter. Anywho, moving on. Wow. Whew, I think you're in for a couple weeks here, or a couple days here of, dealing with the laying the law down or whatever that is, you know? This is my new oracle. It's my ancestor spirit oracle. It covers all the different races, colors, and creeds on the planet. So I'm finding that I really like it. I hope you do too. What do you got for Libra? I haven't seen most of these cards, so I'm interested in as well. Don't forget to flip and flop these energies should you need to, right? Respect your physical body. Oops. Okay. Attend to your physical, emotional, and mental space. Like a buildup of dust, toxins, and thoughts, ideas and feelings can accumulate and start to dull your energies. Create a bubble in your routine where you can process and release stress, emotions, or physical impurities. Sweat it out in the sauna or with a run or a walk in the fresh air. Notice what you are consuming and limit the processed foods, chemicals, or negativity you're taking in. A cleansing diet or skin treatment will have benefits for your whole self. Yeah, putting into filling your own cup here, detoxing, relaxing, healing, and rejuvenation. Some of you might look into some sort of what do they call those trips, like where you go on a spiritual quest and it's like a really beautiful spa and you just get all pampered. Maybe you just want to imagine that if you're not able. I don't know. Anywho, we're going to switch it up with my familiar deck. What do we got for Libra? Yeah. That's funny. This just came out for Pisces, I believe it was. The Elf. Now, don't forget to flip and flop again, should you need to. It's all about mischief. Imagine that. Yeah. Pranks and laughter are all part of my game to lighten up that black mood of yours. When things go missing, be sure to know that it is I who deliberately hides them. But don't fret, you will find them again as they turn up in the most bizarre ways and in the most improbable places. My magical capers are just for larks, and I mean you no harm. Just trying to grab your attention is all. When you can't take a joke, take a leaf out of my book instead and have fun amongst the trees. For the ancient woodland and forests are yesteryear's playground to which I serve as a protector. Confusion, misunderstandings, and physical mishaps come into play when I'm around, and you may be accused of not playing fairly or sticking to the rules. Understand your magical limits, for if unchecked, your playful nature can too easily tip into the darker aspects of mischief, which could be detrimental to the enthusiasm of others. Okay, there's a side note. Lighten up. Have a good belly laugh. Be the cosmic joker and see humor in all situations. Unleash your inner child. Meditate with trees, work with tree lore, and connect with the tree of life. Stop meddling in the affairs of others. Be warned, someone is up to mischief. Someone's up to no good. I just dropped a whole bunch of books. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. What time are we on? 40, yeah. All right, everybody say hi to Grandma Josie. This is her deck. She comes in the room with me when I use her deck. It is sad. I feel like somebody's grieving. You know, there's a lot of emotions here that need to be worked through. Right? And there you are. Justice is here. The judge. There you are. It's a Libra. Are you bringing this to court? House. It's your house. Or it's about a house. Fidelity. Somebody's very faithful. You have a lot of faithful friends and a unity or something around you. Someone's very faithful. I got two more. Deep thought and letter, messages, communication of some sort to put you in deep thought. You know, maybe somebody's reaching out to you. I don't know. It could be both ways. I'm going to give you a rune and close this out. First one on the table. It is the Winding Trail. I don't know if I've ever seen this. I've had this deck a long time. The Winding Trail. Hawthorn and Heathers, Rowan and Rue. Scotland's unique mysteries and magic are waiting for you. There's magic in the air. As we spiral upwards, right? Psychopaths spiral down, right? You're healing. You're going up. I like it, but I don't. You know? Anyway, I wish you all the best as you're going through this, of course. I want to thank all my newer viewers and returning. I really do appreciate it. Some of these comments that come through at times are really touching. I really do appreciate it, you guys. So please just know it. Okay. I'll be back soon with your next messages.